Recently I got a message on Instagram as well that ma'am, I'm not able to understand how to start coding, how to write a program, please give some tips. So here in this video I am to discuss some important tips that how to learn to code, right? 4 or 5 tips. Fine. So first thing is, first of all you have to decide why you want to learn coding. Means you are really interested in learning coding, you are really passionate about learning the programming, or it's just your colleague or your classmate is learning any programming language or learning this coding, then only you want to learn, right? Or maybe someone has told you that if you learn coding or if you are a good programmer, then definitely you will get a good job in development field and salary is very high in this field. Yeah, definitely it is true, but it is not the fact that if you are doing CS or IT, then this is the only field where you can go. I know many students, many of my colleagues are also not good in programming, was not good in programming, and they are now at a good position and they are earning pretty much. So it's not like that this is the only field, right? You can go only into the web development field and you have to learn programming if you are interested or not. No, it is not a kind of thing. What other options other than this after BTech, definitely I am going to cover in a different video, right? So now if you are really interested, if you are really passionate about learning coding, then it is very good, fine. But because of some other reason, or because of, you can say that what we generally say that because of that bhed chal, or someone has told you that you should do this thing but you are not interested in this thing. If because of that reason you want to learn coding, then definitely after a few days, because see, it is not easy to learn for a beginner type of person. I am saying, if when you are learning your first programming language, or when you have started to learning to code, then it is not very easy to learn it. Maybe you will get frustrated within 5, 10 or 15 days and you are not able to write down a program, and you will get frustrated, you will get demoralized, and you will say that it is not my kind of thing. Definitely you are going to do this thing, right? But if you are really interested, then what you can do, see, next thing what you have to decide. Now many students know that I want to learn this programming language, right? Maybe based on what that programming language is easy to learn, maybe Python, C, C++, Java, or any language, right? They have decided. So go for that programming language, right? If many students, the second category is what? Maybe you are a much of a game type of person. You play many video games. So you want to design a game, or you want to go in game development. Which type of project means definitely you want to build after learning programming. It's not like that just learn the programming language, the syntax, write down the program and that's it, this is the coding. No, you have to a real exposure, you have to practical exposure on that thing, right? You have to build projects. So maybe some students are interested in building websites, so according to that you can choose your programming language. Some students are interested in mobile app development, they want to make a mobile application, so you can go for that programming language. And which programming language you should learn according to the domain, that video I have already discussed, I have already uploaded on my channel. You can check out the link of that video in the side button, right? But third category is what? Some students are beginner, they don't even know in which field they want to go, in which type of project they want to build, they don't know anything. What they know is they just want to learn how to code, right? Fine. Now here you can choose, maybe if you are a first year student, so definitely you will be having C in your curriculum, so better to go with C. Or some students, if you really want a strong foundation, a solid base, then you must go for C, then C++, and obviously then Java, right? And see, once you learn one language, it is very easy to learn another language, right, for you. Yeah, it's difficult to learn first programming language, or it's difficult to learn for a beginner the coding, right? So suppose you have chosen C language, right? Now what you will do, you have to learn the basics of this language, whatever language you have chosen, right? You have to start with the basics. Means the basics means the variables, definitions, the if-else statements, then for loops, then functions, then pointers, like this, right? Start from the basics, right? Practice questions on those concepts. After learning the concept, you have to practice questions, right? The questions may be of simple programs at starting, maybe just to print your name, just to add two numbers, just to find out number is even and odd, these type of problems. After that, number is palindrome or not, after that factorial, Fibonacci series, like this, right? It's not like that just printing a name is very easy and I'm not going to do it. I understand it. Understanding the concept, understanding the program is different thing. You have to try each and every simple program with your hand if you really want to learn coding, right? Just don't forget this thing, right? Write in that program and compile that program and all. You have to do these kind of things. This video I have already told how to build logic in programming. You can check out that video in the side button, right? And always MCQ questions you have to practice. Means you have seen these type of questions. A small code fragment is given and you have to find out the output of that question, right? Don't ignore these type of questions. These are also very helpful, right? Practice questions, but do not do just this thing, just learning the concept, practicing the simple programs and questions, then just going from basics to advanced and you have completed your language and you have practiced the programs and all, and that's it. Now you have learned coding. No. For learning coding, actually you have to build projects. So once you are done with the basics of the language, almost you can say 50%, rather than completing the course, right? Within this parallelly start working on a personal project. Decide which type of project you want to build. Obviously, if you are a beginner, then definitely just choose a simple one. And now here, if you'll ask me the list of simple projects, please don't ask the silly questions. Just open up your mind. Sit, think about, look at your surrounding, think which type of project you can make, right? Rather than googling the project that this project is there and I'm going to make this project. First of all, think yourself, right? Maybe you can say any project which will related to your house or solving any problem in your house, or maybe if you are going for shopping, then online shopping type of project or online ticketing project, these type of project. Think about the social issues. Simple project, try to implement a simple project first of all, right? Now work on this project. Obviously you have learned 50% of that language, right? Now find out your need of your project. In your project, what you need. Maybe suppose if you want a website like OLX, or if you are not able to think, just check any other website and try to make a replica of that website. Suppose OLX type of website you want to make, right? So for that, obviously you have to save the data also. You need a backend, right? So like this, just find out the need of your project, what you want to build in your project, all the points, think all the points and start working on that, right? Now parallelly go for advanced topics, because obviously you cannot build a project with the basics concept of a language, right? You can build 10%, 20% of your project, some functionalities, but not the complete project. Now parallelly go for advanced topics, right? And suppose here you have learned file handling in this C language. So now you know how to save a file or how to fetch a file, read, write and everything. So now you can implement that function in your project, right? This is known as active learning. So do active learning. Parallelly work on a project, think the need of your project, go for some concepts, right? And another important point is what? From where you are learning this language, your technique is very important. From good video tutorials, from good books, you should refer some good books, right? It's not like that you just stick to one book, just stick to one video tutorial, right? Or one course. You have to explore, right, for a deep understanding of all the concepts, right? Maybe 2 or 3 or 4 books, maybe 2 or 3 different courses or YouTube tutorials or anything, right? So your technique should be right. That is also very important. And that passive learning is what? If you just learn the concept of the language, just practice the programs, you have completed all the concepts of that language from basics to advanced, practiced some problems, and now at last, finally after 2 months, you are thinking on a projects. So maybe at that point of time you forgot, you generally obviously you are going to forget the concepts, right? So again you have to go for that video tutorial, again you have to read the concept, then you will come to the project. So rather than that, parallelly do these kind of things, your project and also your learning. This is what the real exposure, the practical exposure, this is the you can say the most important point if you really want to learn coding. So try to build as many projects as you can, right? This would be another advantage of this thing is, or first thing is, you will definitely be very good in coding, very sound, right? Second thing is, you can showcase these projects in your resume as well. So definitely it is going to help you getting a good placement, right? So try to do active learning, right? Now, or you have worked on a project or maybe 2 projects, right, after doing this, or maybe the project is very complex. First of all, start with a simple one, then embed some other features, the complex features after learning the advanced topics. So maybe you have done a great project, or you have done a great website. So one project is also fine, or maybe you can work on 2 or 3 projects, simple projects, small projects. That is also fine, right? And if you got stuck somewhere, you can take help from the community, right? Many discussion forums are there, or like Stack Overflow is there, so you can get help from there. Like you can ask the question there and definitely you will get your answer. Maybe not the same answer, so you can modify that thing according to your need. At least 50% you will get, then you can modify that according to your need, according to your project, right? This is definitely going to help you. I have tried it when I was working on my MTech thesis project, right? But obviously for that you have to work hard, you have to search, you have to devote time, you have to keep yourself motivated. This thing is also very important, right? If you want to learn coding, you have to keep yourself motivated, don't give up, right? And next thing what you can do, you can go for some freelancing work. There are many freelancing websites, you can go for those. And for more exposure, you can go for any internship or any job, or you can go for, you can say, if you are not getting an internship, then you can go for freelancing work also, right? But if you get any internship, that is going to help you, really going to help you. You will get great exposure in that case. And after getting internship, definitely your chances of getting job will be high. So in brief, if you will ask me the most important point, one point to learn coding is what, then I would suggest projects, right? Work on as many projects as you can. Definitely you will be very sound in coding, right? Now that's it for this video. Now I'm going to see you in the next video. Till then, bye, take care.